It was close to midnight, the kind of night where the sky felt heavy, not a single star above, just thick, endless black. I was driving home from a late shift, empty highway, no cars behind me, no headlights ahead, only the hum of my old sedan, and the rhythm of the tyres against the cracked asphalt. The road cut through miles of forest. Tall, dark trees leaned in from both sides, branches twisted like claws, and every few miles. A broken streetlight flickered, casting quick flashes of sickly yellow light. I had the window cracked just a little. The cold night air carried the smell of pine, but there was something else in it too, something metallic, like rust or blood. I told myself it was just the car, old engine, old pipes, old excuses. But then I saw him, a figure, standing on the shoulder of the road, not moving, not waving, just standing. At first I thought it was a hitchhiker. A tall man dressed in black, his face hidden beneath the brim of a hat, the kind of silhouette that makes your stomach sink. I slowed down. Not enough to stop, but enough to look. And when my headlights fell across him, I swore I saw his head turn, not slowly, but snapping, like a broken hinge. And his face was wrong. Pale, stretched, his mouth far too wide, like his skin was pulled too tight over his skull. I pressed the gas, heart hammering, eyes locked on the rearview mirror. He hadn't moved. He was still there, standing, watching. I laughed nervously to myself. "Just some drunk guy," I whispered. But my voice trembled. The road twisted through the woods again. Miles passed, no sign of headlights behind me, no towns ahead, just blackness. And then another figure, identical. Same hat, same pale, stretched face, standing on the side of the road, waiting. I gripped the wheel tighter. No way, I muttered. I drove faster this time. Didn't look too long, didn't breathe too much. But when I checked my mirror, he was gone. The road kept going, mile after mile, my pulse in my ears louder than the engine. And then he was there again, this time in the middle of the road. I slammed the brakes, tyres screeched. My chest smacked the steering wheel, the car skidded sideways, and stopped just a few feet in front of him. He didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't breathe. The headlights washed over his pale skin, his wide, impossible smile. And then he raised one hand, slowly, pointing at me. That's when my lights flickered and went out. The engine died. The world dropped into silence. Darkness swallowed me whole. I fumbled with the keys, turned the ignition again and again. Nothing. Not even a click. And when I looked back up, the road was empty. No man, no figure, just black woods, silent air. Finally, the engine coughed. Lights sputtered back on. I floored it. Didn't stop, didn't look back. Didn't breathe until I saw the glow of a gas station 10 miles down. I pulled in under the fluorescent lights. The world suddenly alive again. Cars, people, normal sounds. I sat there for 10 minutes, shaking, staring at the empty road behind me. But I swear, when I finally looked at the glass door of the gas station, I saw a reflection. Tall, still, smiling, right behind me.
It was late, too late. One of those nights when the world feels abandoned, when the streets belong to shadows, and the silence presses on your chest. I had been driving for hours, empty back roads, headlights carving tunnels through the darkness, windows down just a crack, the cool wind creeping in. Music was off, phone dead, just me, and the endless hum of the engine. I almost missed it. The glint of headlights in my rearview mirror, small at first, faint, but growing. Relief washed over me. Another driver. I wasn't alone. Not anymore. But the feeling didn't last. The car behind me kept gaining. Too fast, too close. Its beams flooding my mirror, searing my eyes. I tapped the brakes, a warning, but the car didn't slow, didn't back off. It just clung to me, inches from my bumper. Anger flared. Back off, I muttered. I pressed the gas, the road stretching long and empty ahead. My tires roared, but so did his. The headlights stayed glued to me. I turned onto another road. Sharp curve. The other car followed. Every move I made, it mirrored. That's when I noticed something wrong, something impossible. Through the glare of the beams, through the shudder of my nerves, I realized I couldn't see a driver. No shadow behind the wheel. No outline of a head. Just empty glass. An empty seat. I blinked hard. My chest tightened. No, I'm imagining this. I slowed. Pulled to the side. Let the car pass. But it didn't. It slowed too. Creeping along my flank. Side by side. I forced myself to look. And there it was. A car, identical to mine. Same make, same model, same dents in the hood. But no driver, no one in the seat, no one at all. I slammed the gas, shot ahead into the night, heart hammering, hands slick with sweat. The road stretched on, miles blurred. But no matter how far I drove, the car was still there, behind me, beside me, always near. At one point, it surged ahead, took the lead, its taillights glowing red in the dark. I slowed down, hoping it would vanish into the distance. But then, it stopped, dead in the middle of the road, blocking my way. I braked hard, tires screeching. The smell of burnt rubber filled the air. The other car sat motionless, engines off, lights dead, but my headlights still illuminated its windows. And inside, for the first time, I saw something. Not a person, not a body, just hands. Hands gripping the wheel, bone-white veins, black, knuckles sharp as claws. They turned the wheel slowly, deliberately, and the car began to creep toward me. I threw mine into reverse, engine roaring, but as I backed up, the headlights behind me flared to life again. Another car, the same car, blocking me from behind, trapped, my breath shattered, hands trembling on the wheel. Now 2 cars, both without drivers, both inching closer, boxing me in. The lights flickered, the night swallowed sound, and all I could hear was the squeal of my own voice. Stop, please, stop. Then nothing. I woke up hours later, morning sun in my eyes, car parked neatly on the shoulder, engine off, keys in my lap. No other cars around, no tire marks, no proof. Except one thing. On my windshield, deep scratches, like claws, dragged across the glass.
The night was drowning in fog. Thick, heavy, suffocating. Headlights barely cut 10 feet ahead. Everything beyond that was just gray. Endless gray. I was driving back from my cousin's house, a long, winding back road. No streetlights, no houses, no signals, only the sound of my tires whispering against damp asphalt. The air inside the car felt cold, colder than it should have been. I cranked the heat, but the chill clung to me anyway. That's when I saw her. At first it was just a shimmer in the fog, like light bending the wrong way. Then the shape grew clearer, a figure, standing right in the middle of the road. I slowed, squinted. The fog swirled, and she appeared. A woman, dressed in white, her gown long, torn, dragging along the wet pavement. Her hair dark, tangled. Her head tilted low, face hidden. I slammed the brakes. The car shuddered, skidding just short of her. My heart pounded in my throat. She didn't move, didn't look up. She just stood there. I honked the horn. The sound echoed flat against the fog. No reaction. I cracked the window. "Hey, are you okay?" Silence. Then, slowly, her head began to lift. Her face, was wrong. Skin pale, almost glowing, eyes wide, black, bottomless, and her mouth stitched shut. I slammed the locks on the doors. My hand shook on the gear shift. She raised one hand, pointed straight at me, and then the car died. Engine silent, headlights dimmed, fog swallowing everything. Panic shot through me. I twisted the keys again and again. Nothing. When I looked back up, she wasn't in front of the car anymore. She was beside it, right outside my window. Her face inches from the glass, eyes like pits, mouth stitches tearing as she smiled too wide. I screamed, fumbled for my phone, but it was dead, completely black. The glass began to frost, cracks spidering across it, her hand pressed against the window, cold soaking through the glass, into my bones. I shut my eyes, prayed, turned the key one last time. The engine roared alive, headlights blazed, and she was gone. The road stretched ahead, empty, silent, only fog curling in the beams. I floored it, didn't care about curves, didn't care about speed, just drove until I saw the glow of a town breaking through the mist. At the gas station, I staggered out, shaking. People stared at me like I was drunk, but I didn't care. Because when I finally looked at my car, there was a handprint. Small, wet, pressed into the fogged glass of the driver's side window, and it was on the inside.